Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first ever edition of Rocket's Hideout. It's a podcast that has to do with all things Pokemon. I am your host, AA Ron.
And I'm Hydros.
And me and Hydros are just going to give a little bit of an introduction to our new viewers and listeners, anybody who doesn't know what Pokemon is. If you don't by now, then shame on you.
And get out from the rock.
Today was a big day for Pokemon. We had day 2 of the Pokemon Trading Card Game and Video Game Championship Series Nationals. The United States Nationals was today. We've never actually been to a Nationals before, so we figured why the hell not? It's really close to us. It was in Indianapolis, so we figured why not go, and man, was it an experience.
Yeah, I mean, I've been to Yu-Gi-Oh! Regional before, but never anything that big. I mean, from the vendors that try to fuck you over to just how many side events there were, and then the main event. I mean, they were there from 8 o'clock in the morning till 8 o'clock in the evening. I could not imagine that.
Me neither. I mean, we only went for today because we actually just picked back up the Pokemon Trading Card Game a couple of months ago, and we didn't have the points necessary to which you receive points by doing tournaments throughout the year. You need so many points to be able to play at Nationals. We didn't have anywhere near enough. So
you also need a lot of patience.
Yeah, you need patience.
We also did not have near enough.
No, not near enough patience. From those of you who know me from my Martin and Shithead show, also on the Broke Ass Podcast Network, and anything else you may have seen me in, you know that I don't have very much patience for a whole lot.
Yeah, and if you manage to win in day 1 of the Nationals, you have to be at your seat. At your seat, not in the building, at your fucking seat. At 8 in the morning to play your next round. Your first round for day 2. That's if you qualified. And then you're playing another 9 rounds till about 8 in the evening.
Yeah, it's really... If you hear any background noise, by the way, it's because we're actually in the car driving back from Indianapolis to where we live. But we didn't, like I said, we weren't able to participate in the actual national event. But there were side events. There's always side events at these big conventions and these big tournaments. And I personally took place in a couple of just 8-man pickup games, which is just 8 people. You pay $5. Some of them were free. You just go in, 8 people sign up, and there you go. You have a tournament with the prize being whatever the prize may be. I actually played the trading card game side, and Hydros here was playing the video game side.
I suck dick at doubles.
But I
got to the top 8.
Yeah, he got top 8 in top 8 in his 64-man Swiss. I actually went 1-3 in my 64-man Swiss.
Well, mine wasn't Swiss. It was single elimination.
Oh, yours was single elimination.
Yeah.
If you don't know the difference, single elimination means 1 loss and you're out. Swiss means that you get to play all the rounds, and it depends on your record at the end how you place.
Right. For any of you that do know about the card game, you're familiar with it, the first pack, entry pack that I opened, held a Mega Kangaskhan EX Gold Border, which is a pretty damn rare card. And since I got in the top 8, I got an additional 6 packs, and I got a Charizard EX out of those. So that was pretty sweet. I kind of deserved the luck after that booster box.
Yeah, he bought a booster box for $85. He bought the X and Y set. Not XY Flashfire, just XY. He bought a booster box hoping to get Raichus. Not one Raichu.
But by God, there were plenty of Wigglytuffs.
Yeah, Wigglytuffs as far as the eye can see.
My fucking full art was an Emolga, which I then flipped for a Keldeo EX 10 version. Still better than nothing.
Yeah, it's better. I mean, I guess it's better than the full art Emolga.
Yeah, fuck that shit.
So, it was an alright experience overall. I mean, at the end of the day, with my patience level, I was really tired of it. I just wanted to go home. Now, granted, I wasn't in the national event. If I would have been in the national event, I think I would have prepared myself going in, like, okay, this is going to take a long time. Like, we got there at what, noon?
2.
Really?
Yeah.
Because we left...
You were asleep till 11. close to 11:30.
Well, there's an hour's time difference though, so I'm talking Illinois time.
Okay, then we got there.
We got there at 1. We were there all the way till 8:30. So I mean, we were there for a good little while. Had I been the actual national event, I think I'd have had the patience, but without being in the actual event, it just kind of, I don't know, it just wore thin. I had people screaming in my ear. It being a Pokemon event, it's kids oriented, so having all those mothers screaming in my ear after their children, that got on my fucking nerves. But overall, it was worth the experience, worth the drive. I mean, Indianapolis is only, like I said, an hour away, so it was worth it.
I did not expect the kind of cosplay that we saw.
Well, I mean, with conventions and everything, you get cosplay.
Well, I understand that, but I'm saying I expected like the Ash hats, indigo toe hats, and maybe the vest and shit. I did not expect people to come dressed as anthropomorphic Delphox, Xerneas, Yveltal.
The proverbial furries were out in force today.
Oh yeah, the Delphox was in full outfit.
Yeah, full. What is that, made of wool? Like, that had to be hot.
Something. There was also a Pikachu one.
Of course there was
around.
Pikachu. Of course there was Pikachu.
But the Xerneas one was actually really well done because it wasn't like fur or anything. It was just a really nice, flowy blue dress with a big ass pair of fucking antlers on her head.
Yeah, it was an all-right experience.
40 jokes for the eye to see.
The amount of people there, I think, is what shocked me the most.
That too. When we first walked in, when we first drove by it, which by the way, $14 to park and get out, that was horse shit.
Actually, compared to most big events, that's actually pretty decent. I mean,
it's still bullshit.
Yeah, it's bullshit, yeah, but...
When we were driving by, we saw a giant Pikachu balloon, like, not as big as what you would see in the Macy's Day Parade, but
that thing was almost as big as my house, though. Like, at least half my house.
Yeah, that's what it reminded me of. And I figured, okay, that's where it is.
Right.
But when we actually got inside and found the main area there, I had to take a second and be like, holy shit. They had kiosks where people were playing the Pokemon trading card game online, the Nintendo official online card game, and they were making their own decks and then playing, I believe it was each other, I don't think it was computer opponents. The primary thing that really caught your eye once you got in and around the building was that they were featuring matches.
Yeah, they had TV screens everywhere.
Yeah, they had commentary on these feature matches of the trading card game.
Well, the video game, too.
Yeah, actually, come to think of it, yeah, they did. I didn't pay as much attention to it at the time. I mean, it was just like a sports event,
To all of those of you who are listeners and who actually went to this Nationals and played in the video games, those of you who use Mega Kanga are bad people and you know it. You're bad people. You just need to release that thing immediately.
And Mega Gengar.
I'm alright with Mega Gengar.
No, I'm not. Parasong. 2 words.
I understand Parasong.
It's a cunt, even if it's a male, and it needs to die in a hole. The Megas that are coming up, I will assume that anyone who's saw Pokemon and clicked on this has heard about the Alpha Sapphire and Omega Ruby.
Some variation of that.
Could be vice versa, but they're 3DS remakes of Ruby and Sapphire, obviously.
Which I'm excited about.
But what I want to talk about is Mega Sableye.
Let that sink in for a second.
Yeah, first of all, Mega Sableye goes from being the little shit he is, little prankster motherfucker, to the gem on his chest popping out and turning gigantic, and he just hides behind it. But his ability is Magic Bounce. So if you were hoping to get sleep on it and stop it from prankstering you or paralyze whatever, that thing can mega like a motherfucker, and then hi, by the way, now you're asleep.
Right.
So that's a thing. But I think the other Mega that I'm really concerned with, Mega Swampert.
Yeah, Mega Swampert is gonna be a beast.
Yeah.
I mean, that thing already has defense for days.
and now it's getting a further boost to its attack and defense, and it gets Swift Swim.
You get Swift Swim?
Yes, as its ability.
Well, hello, Rain Dance teams.
You open Polytoad, swap out on the electric attack to Swampert, Mega Evolve, it keeps its water ground typing, and then Waterfall for days.
Yeah, just keep waterfalling. I mean, that thing's gonna be a beast. I'm interested in Sceptile. I like that it's getting a dragon typing. I mean, dragons aren't as cool anymore with the addition of fairies. But I've always been a fan of the grass starters. Like Red, White, and Blue. I was a Venusaur guy. I mean, not so much with the Meganium.
Red, White, and Blue.
Is that what I said? Red, White, Blue? Ladies
July
and
4th
gentlemen,
was yesterday.
July. Red, Blue, Yellow. Well, except for Yellow, I mean. But Red, Blue, you know, I was a Venusaur guy, and then Gold, Silver came out. I was more of a Feraligatr guy when it came to Gold, Silver, just because, like, Meganium sucked.
I did a solo run with Meganium.
Yeah, but a solo run, like, during a solo run, its level is almost always 10 higher than whatever you're facing. Like, just on general average, 10, 15 levels higher. But then, you know, Ruby Sapphire came out, and I was a Trico guy. I loved Trico, Sceptile. And it just kept going from there. I'm a Torterra guy.
Don't say you're a superior guy, because anyone that's a superior guy is an asshole.
No, I mean, you know, with those three, I could really care less. I mean, when I played the game and beat it the one time I've played and beat it, I did have Superior.
Superior with his hidden ability Contrary is bullshit.
Yeah.
By the way, just in case you didn't know, Contrary is Superior's hidden ability. It makes it to where any stat changes are the reverse. And its Leaf Swarm attack is 120 power, 100 accuracy, reduces its special attack by 2 stages. With Contrary, it raises its special attack by 2 stages.
Which is fantastic. I mean, but then we've got, when X and Y came out, I don't like Chestnut.
Were you Team Fennekin?
I was not, actually. I'm Greninja all the way.
Team Froakie. The only one of the three that was ever to be competitive.
I'm Team Froakie all the way. Greninja's just too cool with his Water Dark. Not to mention his hidden ability, which everybody should know about by now.
But if you don't, Protein, spelled Protean for whatever the fuck reason, whenever he uses the move, even if it's a passive move like Spikes, his typing changes to the type of the move. So if he's hitting with an offensive move, he's always getting stabbed. And if he uses Scald, he turns into a pure water type, so he loses any weaknesses and resistances he got from the dark typing. Consequently, if he uses a dark move, he will be a dark type instead of a water type. Yeah.
But with Protein, he's ever changing. Which makes you wonder why,
Yeah, I actually experienced a little bit of that,
why he got Protein. Like, what is it about a frog that makes it make any sense? I guess, but, Ninja's not a type. Ninja's a skill, not a fucking typing thing.
Still, though. I actually, in the second round, opened Greninja versus Greninja in the video game top 64-man singles tournament, and that proved to be interesting because it wound up. I won the speed tie, hit the grass knot off, and the other ones barely hung on. And that grass typing turned out to be very detrimental because I'm not sure if he had predicted it, but he went from the U-turn, and my Focus Sash was a saving grace. So,
which, if you don't know what Focus Sash is an item that if an attack is going to OHKO you, which is one hit kill, if it's going to OHKO you, you're remaining with 1 HP left.
He sent out a Klefki off the U-turn, and for some reason, I don't remember how, he confused me one way or another. And he kept hoping that the confusion would knock me out. And he kept substituting, trying to set up for what would come out next. But it didn't happen. I kept breaking through the confusion until finally he said, okay, fuck it, enough of this. And hit me with a play rough. At which point, out came Charizard to Megazord and just beat the hell out of him. So, let that be a lesson. The keychain is not mightier than the flame.
But, which is, it's another thing with Pokemon these days. I don't know why.
Don't even go to the poor Pokemon design. There's fucking Pokemon in the original game that evolved by getting more of them.
Leave Magnemite alone. And Diglett.
And a trio.
But I mean, at least they made fucking sense. You know, you get a magnet, you grab another magnet, it becomes a bigger magnet. You know, you get one mole, you get one mole, you get two moles, you get more moles. I mean, it makes sense.
That doesn't make fucking sense at all. What? Okay.
So if I have one mole and I go and buy another mole, doesn't that mean I have more moles than what I did before?
Yeah, but they don't attract each other like that.
Well, they're not stuck together.
That's what I'm saying. You had floating magnets in the very first game, okay? Like, can't really bash on the keychain Pokemon.
I can though, and I will.
Not logically.
I can.
Logically?
Okay, a magnet, right? Considering almost all life forces have electromagnetic energy, I can understand how in a world where, weird shit happens, like a magnet becoming too electrically charged, it gives off a fucking specific type of electromagnetic energy, and then boom, life happens. I mean,
okay.
So I get that. But just a keychain magically sprouting fucking eyes and then coming to life and being able to float around, like...
Sounds kind of like the toxic sludge that makes some Grimer, actually.
Makes sense to me, though.
No.
Chemical reaction?
Chemical reaction causing life?
Why
out
the
of
hell
nowhere?
not? Why the hell not? It's science fiction at its best.
Okay, and so is fucking Klefki.
How is Klefki? But how? How did Klefki come about?
Okay, if we're gonna go
did Arceus splooge all over a mountain in a fucking keychain just so happened to be there?
Yes.
There's not a door Pokemon. There is no Onyx to a Cloyster kind of thing going on here. There is no doorknob Pokemon. That Klefki doesn't mean anything.
Even still, like, there are plenty of Pokemon. Banette, for example.
It's a ghost type.
It is literally a possessed doll.
But it's possessed by a ghost. It makes sense.
That's not a fucking Pokemon. That's a ghost.
Gengar is a ghost.
Okay, but again, you're classifying everyday shit as a Pokemon. You're classifying a ghost as a Pokemon. What Okay, let's go back. Let's go back and redefine this. What traits go into the definition of a Pokemon?
Not being a keychain. Or an ice cream cone, for that fucking matter.
You heard it here, folks. You have to not be a keychain to be a Pokemon.
Yeah, if you're not a keychain, you have every right and all the makings to be a Pokemon. You want to be a Pokemon in real life, guys? Just go right ahead and you do that. You can, because you're not a fucking keychain or a motherfucking ice cream cone.
Just stay away from balls.
Yeah.
That's just good. Actually, that's just good life advice.
Yeah, stay away from balls in general. You'll be fine. Stay away from, especially if you're a keychain. If you're a keychain, fuck you. Like if you're one of those people who believe in reincarnation and you think that you were a keychain or some bullshit like that in your past life, go fuck yourself. I hope you die. I hope you die and become another keychain. You fuckers.
I like how this went from Pokemon to a keychain life rant somehow. Let's steer things back around. Back to the Nationals. Kind of jarring return, but why not? You were mentioning, before we started this, about the pace of play.
All of you fuckfaces out there who have decided that you are going to overthink and rethink and overthink every single fucking move you're going to do, tell me ahead of time so I can bitch slap the holy hell out of you until you fucking forfeit. Or until I get disqualified for bitch slapping some little bastard. I am so goddamn tired of these games where... This game is not complicated, folks. Pokemon trading card game is easy. You have 6 prizes. You knock out the opponent's Pokemon to take 1 or 2 or 3 in the case of Lugia. To fucking, like, that's all you gotta do. Knock out 6, potentially 3 Pokemon, and take your 6 prices. Essentially 2 if you run Lugia and you're a bastard. Because anybody who runs Plasma is a bastard. But it's really easy. So why? Why in God's name do they need to give us half an hour in each round to play this fucking game? I'll tell you why. Because assholes like you, and I know that the people who are viewing this, at least one of you, so you know who you are, you son of a bitch. Stop overanalyzing every move. And this goes for the fucking video game too. Stop overanalyzing every little fucking move and play the goddamn game.
Here's the thing. No. Overanalyzing a move, that cannot happen in the Pokemon video game because there's a timer. It's like a minute and a half you have to make your move, so that's not that bad.
If it takes you a minute and a half to press one of the 4 possible buttons that you have on your fucking screen.
You're thinking about what they're going to switch into. Are they going to U-turn? There's various factors to factor in there. I could see taking like literally a minute and a half at most to make your decision. But it is the assholes, like the one I beat in round 1, who was salty as fuck over it, that he came to the table with a fucking grid paper notebook. And I saw some writing in it before, and I asked him, hey, what's that? It turned out to be damage calculations and other stat calculations and shit that he'd been writing down from earlier. Not even from tournament matches, just from practice. And he got mad at the end of it because, hey, guess what? Some asshole still runs Timid Charizard and outsped his Megacon EX.
Megacon EX.
Yes.
Megacon they're in the video game now. EXs, they're in the video game.
Bitch, you said you took place in a fucking tournament earlier.
I did take place in a tournament.
You took part in a tournament.
I did take part in a tournament.
Yeah, take place means like something happened in that area. Not that you participated in something.
It does when you're speaking my language.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. We're 1 for 1 on the whole English speaking thing. But yeah, the Megacon died. He said it was a speed tie. I later heard from a couple of people that it isn't a tie. That Timid Zard Y is faster, so he can go fuck himself.
Oh, by the way, don't get me wrong, people. We're not knocking people who, spend time trying to figure this shit out.
I am.
I'm not knocking those people because, it takes a long time for those people to do what they do. So I can respect it. Just don't bring it to the fucking table when you're getting ready to play somebody.
Or, I can see if you're doing it if you're in the actual fucking national championship. But to bring your calculations to the fucking table.
Right, to the side event?
Yeah, to the side event. That has douchebag written all over it. And it's the guy that got crit by me 4 times in a row. My name's Jesse Snow. You should recognize that off the win slip that you saw when you signed your loss to the 4 crits. Yeah, you deserved it. You brought your paper too. You sucked it.
You people deserve to lose. Like, you fucking bastards who have done all you can to take what's supposed to be something that's fun and just suck all the fun out of it. Like, you guys are the ones who deserve to be beaten.
It always reminds me of the EV training episode of Pokemon Rusty.
Right, where Pokemon's not supposed to be fun.
By the way, did you know that they made a couple new episodes of it?
I am aware. Big shout out to the Dorkly YouTube channel, Pokemon Rusty. I'm a big fan. So Dorkly, keep that shit up. Also, we were talking about Nationals. Since we're doing shout-outs, give a shout-out to the Jay Witz, who was doing commentary. I don't particularly like you. I think that your voice is annoying as fuck. I think your face is very punchable. But shout-out to you, man. Fuck you.
Yeah. That's a shout-out. I was hoping to see some other YouTubers there. Hayden, I don't know if he actually announced that he was going to be there. But he wasn't. I was kind of hoping to meet
Or
the
at least
guy.
from what we saw. I mean, like, we only came day 2. Maybe he was there
Yeah.
day 1. Maybe he wasn't there at all. I don't really care. But shout out to Hayden, because I like Hayden.
Oh yeah, shout out to that dick bench. To Shofu, because Shofu.
You know, Shofu. I like Shofu. I like his body of work. I hate watching his YouTube videos. I don't know. There's just something about the way he commentates that just makes me want to slap him. I mean, it's
Arm
not.
Cannons was hilarious.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's just his voice. I mean, to each his own.
Right.
You know, like just. I mean, for all I know, people hate my voice, and rightfully so, probably.
Alright.
But I don't know. Like I try to watch Shofu stuff, and I can't get through it. It just annoys the hell out of me.
Have you ever tried to make a Let's Play? Like maybe using this recorder or something?
No, I haven't. I mean,
See,
I'll do
I've
it one
tried
day.
Say I've tried a couple times, and I can never seem to get everything to work together. Whether it be that the sound goes out in one of my episodes, or it didn't record, or it's going slow as fuck because of the recorder going on in the background. It's whatever.
It is what it is. That's what happens when you're broke like us. That's why we're on the Broke Ass Podcast Network.
Exactly.
We're broke. That's the whole point. But you know, big shout out to the guys that we gave shout outs to.
Shout out to the shout out.
Yeah, shout out to the shout outs.
Shout
Shout outs for days. But you know, like I said, Hayden, I like you. You know, Shofu, I like your body of work. Can't stand your voice. Jay Witz, go fuck yourself.
But thanks for the news and the updates.
But back to the realm of actually playing. But
Yeah.
I mean, I love the game. You know, I love playing the campaigns, and obviously, you know, the storylines have, you know, really picked up in X and Y. The storyline did. You know, I love the games. I love playing the trading card game. It's the only one that stayed like true to what it was in the beginning.
Right. Like Yu-Gi-Oh! These days.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Got fucking stupid.
It used to be, you know, Jinzo was a really cool card, and it was all about, oh, hey, damn, you know, your card went to the graveyard. That sucks, dude. Maybe you'll draw Monster Reborn. Nowadays, it's, oh, I have Soul Charge. Go fuck yourself.
Just let me pay $1,000 per monster and get all these back.
Not to mention it's expensive as fuck. Like, one of the recent XC's monsters, Dracosac, was going for $200 at one point. Fucking Exciton Knight was going for $190.
$200? Like,
I think it was $190 anyway. Might have been. Like
it doesn't even take $100 to get a whole fucking
deck.
Pokemon deck. Like, I mean, of course, you know, if you max rare, like if all of your cards in your deck are their max rarity, you know, yeah, it's going to cost you some money, but I mean, just the basic, you know, prints of these cards, you're looking at maybe $70, maybe $80. Like, you're not even looking at $100.
Yeah.
So all of you Yu-Gi-Oh players out there who are still playing or still putting up with that bullshit, you know, if you ever want to play a game that doesn't, you know, suck major dongly parts, you know, you should play Pokemon, because it's easy, it's fun. Don't get me wrong, I loved playing Yu-Gi-Oh when I was playing it, but, I mean, once XZs came out, I was like, fuck this game. Fuck this game.
Yeah.
And still to this day, fuck that game.
Especially with, like, pendulum summons, shit like that.
Right, it's stupid. I don't
Anyway.
want to play anymore.
You know, back to the Pokemon, now that we've done, you know, bash Yu-Gi-Oh! All the hell. I do, you know, he mentioned the campaigns.
I love them.
I got one gripe. There's no hard mode.
Yeah, I mean, I understand the whole you have to keep the audience fresh, which is something that Pokemon has done expertly.
No, here, okay.
So you can't make it like uber hard for people like us, and because then the people who you want to buy the games, the new crowd, you know, they won't want to play it because little kids don't understand, you know.
Right.
They just want to play.
I'm saying, okay, once you become the champion, you know, you're the champion of the region. Make a champion difficulty, and have it be in story. Say, you know, hey, okay, you know, now that you're the champion of the region, you should take the champion challenge. A new set of gym leaders for each gym. A champion gym leader. and these would be far harder battles. And you would have a different set of trainers on the maps. You would keep your old Pokemon, and the levels would adjust accordingly. So, say all your Pokemon were in the level 60 to 70 region.
Yeah.
When you beat the Elite Four for the first time, you go to champion difficulty. You've got those Pokemon, and all the gym leader Pokemon are level 68 to 70. And then as you get past that level, their levels increase as well. That would be amazing.
Yeah, I mean, it would be cool. I mean, like, see, I would, instead of having that kind of a game add-on, though, I think I would almost just prefer just like a new game plus, where you get to start a new game, like once you've beaten the game, like once you become the champion, you get to start a new game, but just on a harder difficulty. Or just give us a difficulty setting. Like, instead of just having just a base thing, you could just as easily just make it a difficulty setting, you know? And just have 2 difficulty settings. You don't need a medium. You got easy, and you got normal, and you got fucking hard. You know, call it champion.
You got that normal, way, you know, you got Omega Red.
Right, you got normal, where it's the same fucking game, it's harder. You know, like the first time I played Omega Red, which if you don't know what that is, it's a hack of Fire Red. You know, fuck Koga, that son of a bitch, man.
Yeah.
I didn't have a whole lot of problems until that fucking Tentacruel decided to have Mirror Coat and bitch slap Raichu all the way to hell. You know, I had no problems up to that point.
If that sounds fun to you, the actual hack is it's a add-on to the ROM, which you play on your computer. You need Visual Boy Advance to play. And then Well, I mean, you don't actually need a computer, though. Like, I have it on my smartphone. Okay, well, then, either way. But you need a program. I'm not...
Actually, you can download the complete...
I remember exactly what you can.
Yeah, floating out there is, like, the full ROM.
Honestly, because I know there's a program called LIPS, L-I-P-S, that will take the Omega Red file and the basic Fire Red ROM and turn them into Omega Red. But if you can find the already merged one...
You should be able to find the full ROM somewhere. Just Google it and you'll find it.
Yeah.
But yeah, Omega Reds are really... But, like, I would like the actual Nintendo company to fucking just give us... Like, I want the same games. I just want a harder difficulty.
Right.
Like, the fact... Like, X and Y, my biggest gripe is the fucking gym leaders... You know, the gym leaders are regular gym leaders, but the Elite Four doesn't even have a full 6.
Not until Diantha.
What kind of bull is that?
And even then, Diantha's starter is a fucking Halucha.
Right, it starts with a Halucha.
What the shit?
I mean,
well, let me think about it. In the past, you know, we've had fucking, you know, Lance in Red and Blue. He started with a goddamn Gyarados.
Goddamn level 50 Dragonite, you cheating bastard.
Yeah, and he had Dragonites and shit like that. He, fucking Johto region, he was still the champion. Wasn't he?
I believe so. Who was the champion? I thought that he was the champion.
No, yeah, he was the champion. Yeah, it was Gary that was the champion in Red and Blue. He was the 4th leader.
Right, he was the 4th leader in Red and Blue. Right. He was the actual champion.
Right. And in that, I believe he started off with the Gyarados, and he had the Gen 2 shit, dragons, shit like that. He was a badass. You know, I don't remember the other Elite Four champions, but they were good. They started out with badass Pokemon. Then you get a fighting bird starting out.
Right.
And her best Pokemon is a Gardevoir.
I mean, Gardevoir's fine. I mean, it's all right. But
it's not even that good.
It's a Mega. I mean, at least they gave her a Mega. I'm just saying.
Okay.
But anyway, you know, like, their gripes with it, I would love for them to just give me 2 difficulties. Give me your regular difficulty, which everybody's used to, and then give me a hard mode. Just call it champion, call it whatever you want. But just give me a mode that makes me challenged to play this game. Don't make me beat it for the sake of beating it so I can do all the fun stuff later. I don't think that's too much to ask for. Come on, Nintendo, you fuckfaces. I'm tired of, like, I'm really getting tired, and this goes for all video gaming and media in general. I'm tired of waiting for like the Nintendo companies and the Sonys to give the fans what they want. You know,
Yeah.
Nintendo fans have been asking forever for like a console Pokemon game, and they almost did it with Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness.
Almost.
Almost.
Only
They
counts in
almost.
horseshoes and hand grenades, my friend.
Right. I'm just saying that, you know, they almost gave it to us. Just a console game where it's open world, where it's just like your Pokemon games, like just regular. You can even keep the battle system the way it is.
Right.
You know, you don't even have to change that. Just give me an open
By the way,
world.
what did you think of Pokken?
What did I think of what now?
There's a couple screenshots of a game that's tentatively called Pokken.
Oh, that. Okay. I'm intrigued. It is the best way to put it. I'm intrigued. I have zero hopes, but I am intrigued.
So, basically that's what we're saying, you know. Maybe go ahead and give us the global game.
Yeah, give us something. Give us either like a harder game mode, or just give us what we want, like a console game, something that makes me happy. You know, I'm don't get me wrong, I am psyched for the whole Ruby Sapphire remake,
Right.
but
Yeah, because the primal forms of the legendaries, oh wow.
right.
Just oh wow.
Oh, wow, indeed. And on that note, we're going to go ahead and wrap up this podcast. If you have anything, if you have any comments, questions, concerns, you can hit us up on the YouTube comments, or you can get to me at Arathios on Twitter.
I thought you were going to say you can go fuck yourself.
Yeah, well, or you can go fuck yourself. If there's something that you would like me and Hydros to talk about, just go ahead and shoot me a tweet, or just put it in the YouTube comments, and we'll go from there. But thanks for listening to the first ever edition of Rocket's Hideout. I am Double A Ron.
And I'm Hydros, and hope you go back.
Go fuck yourself.
Okay, that works.